Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another instalment of our UK National Championships coverage 2015. My name is David Peterson, and on behalf of Netrunners.co.uk, we are pleased to present to you, on our left-hand side, our favourite fast advanced friend, Mr. Tim Fowler, playing NEH, and on our right-hand side we have Marc from Barcelona sporting his rather spiffy Whizzard, and ready to demolish all of those NEH assets at a whim, I say. So this is the final, I suppose you could say, of the losers bracket. So the winner of this round goes through and has the privilege of facing Mr. Alex White for the National Championship. So this is the penultimate sort of round of the series. The next round will be the games from the final itself. So again, this is something to again. There's a lot of pressure here on these chaps, and also being in the losers bracket, these chaps haven't had a break whatsoever. They have been playing Netrunner non-stop since about 9:30 in the morning, or whatever time it was we started. It's now, I think, fast approaching about 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock at night. I can't quite recall. It was late anyway, and I say these chaps are a little bit exhausted, shall we say. So he's going to install, drawing up the NEH, seeing that CyberDex virus suite thingamajig. Again, apologies if I sometimes don't get names quite right. It's going to install something else as well, and play a hedge fund. So leaving the centrals completely open. At this point, Whizzard, I would suspect, wishing desperately that he had a medium to be able to play and R&D lock him hard. That may not probably be the case there. And certainly Whizzard looking quite strong in the current meta. Seeing a Sansan, gotta trash the Sansan. Uses Wizard's credits. Whizzard credits for the privilege of doing so. He will see, I think, what looks like a Jackson Howard there potentially, which is going to leave. He will play an Armitage co-busting out and take some money past the turn back over to Tim, who's going to install, drawing up a card. Not seeing much ice at all. He's going to drop to a Jackson, hoping to rectify this situation. As you would have seen from previous rounds, Tim playing a Grail fast advanced style deck, and obviously it's really important to see at least a few pieces of ice early doors so as to put that kind of pressure on. It looks like he's going to run Jackson Howard. There's not a lot of point of not using him when you're playing against Whizzard. It doesn't cost him anything to trash the thing, so you might as well use it and put back in a few different bits and pieces. He will run and see Jackson Howard number 2, which he will trash for free anyway, so never mind. But you know, what can you do? At least he's spent 2 clicks doing it. And this is good. Obviously, it gives Tim a chance to at least recover. Seeing the NAPD contract, drawing up, seeing another NAPD contract. Tim here not having. Oh no, is that an NAPD? I don't think it is. Maybe a sweep. I can't quite see. It might be a blacklist actually. He's going to play another hedge fund. It is. It's a blacklist there actually. He's drawn up into another card that's become very strong in this fast advanced style deck. A little bit of anti-clot and anti-Kate technology. It's done some very good work, and he does see the blacklist, which he will trash. Again, you never know with Whizzard. He could be using Siphon Recursion, perhaps. He could be using Deja Vus at the very least, or clone chips. Sees the Merlin, clocks, and there we go. The nod of the head, knows exactly now what to look for. Marc, a very strong player, and done very well. And bear in mind, he's taken Whizzard here to the semi-finals effectively, and that is not to be sneezed at. He's not going to trash the Sansan. He's going to then pass the turn. I wonder if we'll see Tim here use the opportunity. I don't think he's got the agendas to use. Hasn't seen the Beals or the Astros to be able to abuse that Sansan that was left due to Whizzard not having the credits to do so. I think I probably still would have trashed it just on the off chance. And I was surprised that we haven't seen more aggression there against HQ. I probably, again, especially against NEH, you kind of want to stop anything from building up in hand, especially when the biotics are there. He's going to draw up. He has seen a little bit more Grail Ice now, and he's going to have to get his full suite together before he can really put any pressure on Tim here. Having already seen the Merlin, you never know. It could be that old triple Merlin flatline, which we've already seen in the top 16. And for those of you that missed it, it's the incredibly short game. So definitely well worth watching. So we've got an Eater, or what I like to refer to as the consistent use, return use fairy for Anarch. And again, this is exactly why it allows you to face check with relative impunity. It's only going to cost him 3 credits to get through, and although he won't be able to access, he is now able just to put pressure across the board, make him res stuff, maybe make it vulnerable for parasites at the very least. And it's just good to be able to start getting aggressive against Grail early without having to worry about having your face ripped off by Merlins. He's going to run into HQ, and let's see what he's going to show him. He's just going to pay 3, that's fine. Obviously, he probably need to pay 3, could have paid 2. And just bounce with the end of the run. He's going to install, drawing up another card. That's another blacklist there he's seeing in hand. The economy getting a little bit low. Looks like he's going to go for the biotic. And he is going to score the Beal. And there we go. Obviously having trashed the Sansan the turn before with his lovely, lovely Whizzard credits. Though again, he is now getting a little bit skint. He'd have to click off Armitage twice. He's going to run the remote, seize the wraparound, which you definitely do not want to have to break through with Eater. That's going to cost you a fair few bob. It looks like he's a little bit low on economy. And there we go. In fact, there's the liberated account, which he will presumably click to get 4 credits. Again, you kind of got to be careful with liberated. You've got to use it while you can. If you drop below liberated money, it becomes so difficult to get back up again. I think that's why we've seen a move towards Whizzard decks like this using career fare to try and reduce the cost of the initial install, allow you to get up there quicker, less of an issue. Tim taking a little bit of money, obviously having installed a bit of ice over that remote, or set up that remote, I should say. Looks like Mark's going to check it, sees the Galahad. He's going to pay his 3. He didn't need to pay 3 really. He could quite easily just pay 2 and bounce. You can't access anyway. But again, these guys have been playing a lot of Netrunner, and it's just the nature of the beast. Unfortunately, when you play Netrunner for this long, you're not necessarily thinking, quite that straight, and you just want to make sure that you're not making any obvious mistakes really. Let the little ones go. So he's going to start drawing up. I think at this point he's got to start looking for that Corroder. I think he sees a Knight there, which against Grail is less than ideal. It'll do work against the wraparound, but that's still pretty expensive to get through a wraparound. 4 credits, 2 clicks, and then the run. Not great. So he really wants to see that Corroder now do fantastic work. Or some parasites, obviously, as well, would be ideal. Start pinging off those Galahads, making him install his HQ Grail Ice. He's going to play the Knight. I don't think he's got a lot of choice. He's going to host it on the wraparound. He's going to run, break for 2. He's going to see something. I'm not sure what that was, but I don't think he could afford it. It may have been the Sansan. He's going to install, drawing up. Tim incredibly fond of his fast advance, and again you can see just how effortlessly his decision-making process is with the deck, and it's obviously got a lot more complicated than what it was before Clot. But now Clot exists, it's an LAPD. Sorry, I do apologise. So he's going to go through and install that, costing him 6, which isn't to be sneezed at. He's going to run, see a daily business show, which he'll trash effectively for 1 credit with his Whizzard stuff. I'd be surprised here to see if Tim, probably wants to get that piece of ice trashed with the Knight on, but instead, actually, what we're going to see is a Bartic Labour. Again, he's going to take advantage of these windows of opportunity. He's going to score the Astro with the Biotic. No Clod on the board, no means of stopping him from getting that Astro train sorted, and he's on 4 points with an Astro token, and now Marc head in hands, I suspect, as he knows this game is quickly going out of sight, and he's got to at least put an R&D lock down here, put some pressure on HQ, and he needs that Corroder to be able to do it. But he's skint, he's only on 1 credit, and he's just not seeing what he needs. He's going to inject. I mean, he is desperate here. He's not really what he wants. Not really what he wants at all. Parasite goes in the bin. The medium goes in the bin. He's got nothing else to do, really. That Eater not doing anything for him. The camera shaking around furiously as everyone's walking around to spectate. I think I can see my trainers there in shot, which is, always quite nice. Plays the Armitage out, and looks like he's going to click for money, and he's giving Tim a lot of time here. Clone chip comes down, so he does have the option now, at the very least, of bringing out that Parasite. Ditching the Grimoire, doesn't have the money or the time to be able to do it. He's going to score breaking news from hand for 2 credits. The Blacklist gets rezzed, and that clone chip is now no good. And again, that is the beauty there of Blacklist. You can ditch stuff into the bin, and like I say, with cards like Inject and so on, that's fine. But if that Blacklist gets rezzed at you at a bad time, and your breakers are there, you can very quickly find yourself completely locked out. And you do have to be very judicial about what you put in the bin and what you install on the board. Because again, you know that NEH is always going to be packing that Blacklist now. I think that, well, obviously assuming it's not a butcher shop NEH anyway, but this kind of style of fast advance wants to interfere with your heap. It's going to play out the liberated accounts and take money off liberated, and if Tim top decks the winning agenda here, it's all over. It's in fact a Sansan, I think, by the looks of it there. And Tim probably just ready here to start drawing up and getting ready. He's going to install. There's the NAPD. Is he going to be tempted just to go install and leave it, and then do a Astro Counting and a triple advance? I don't think he is. I think he's going to leave it and wait. Again, obviously, he could go in and take it, and he's on 2 points already. So I mean, it could swing quite quickly. If a Mimic goes down, he could put a lot of pressure on R&D already, and obviously that all-important Corroder. But that Knight not really doing a great deal of work. Absolutely horrible against Grail. 6 credits to get through a Grail piece of ice is less than what you want, to say the least. And Marc here, really stuck. Really stuck. Over a turntable. Not released, obviously, at this point, I should state, but it would be an interesting thing to play and to try and deal with. It looks like he's going to put the Knight over onto the Galahad. He's going to have to pay 6 to get through it, and then trash the Blacklist with his Whizzard credits. And I mean, that is a fantastic use of resources there from Tim. Having to pay 2 clicks, 6 credits, and although he's got liberated on the board, he's giving Tim here a huge window of opportunity to be able to score out potentially now. All he needs to do is see the agenda, and I think he's just going to wait, take some money. He doesn't really need to put any more ice down at this point. He can just afford to wait. He has the NAPD in hand, so at the very least, he does have the option. So the Grimoire's on the board, which means that it gains another counter and it kills the Lancelot. And this is probably, I think it's absolutely the right call here from Marc. He's got to try and stop him off the top of R&D. He knows he wouldn't have any in hand because he would have won already. So he really wants the medium out. He wants to force a hard R&D lock and stop him from seeing the winning agenda. Little does he know that Tim already has the NAPD out, and potentially could go and look to score it. So Jackson Howard, which he'll trash with his Whizzard credits and go again. This is exactly, scores the Astro. He's got to go again. He's got to keep stopping him from seeing that top deck agenda. Absolutely makes the right call. Sees an NAPD, which he'll score, taking him to 6 points. And suddenly, this game is all to play for. 2, and he's got to go again. Is this the one? It's not. A little chuckle there from Marc as he recognises that potentially he's got issues here. Indeed he does. It's the Sansan, it's the Astro counter, it's the NAPD. Tim takes the win, taking him through to the grand final of the UK National Championships 2015. But my word, that was close at the end there. That was close at the end. Marc going from 2 points to 6 points in just 3 clicks. And potentially had that opportunity to top deck the winning agenda off R&D. And look, it was one of the next cards. Not the next card, but one of the next cards. So, again, a great tournament there from Marc. Obviously disappointed to get that far and not quite go the distance. But Tim and Alex will be our grand final, which will be bringing you, hopefully, in the not-too-distant future. Join us there, and we'll see you soon.